Let's talk quickly, pivot over to the war on terror from here. This is an idea which defined the Bush presidency. It's now going to become the Obama administration's responsibility. And we're seeing, I think it's fair to say, we saw the war in Iraq delinked in Americans' mind from the wider war on terrorism. In the recent, and this sort of underlines some of the fault lines in politics, just in the recent Israeli action in Gaza, the Rasmussen poll showed something interesting. 62% of Republicans backed Israel's decision to take military action against Hamas, but only half as many Democrats, 31%, agreed. What are the underlying fault lines of the differing partisan attitudes in the war on terror, and how can we make this no longer a partisan issue, but a national responsibility?
It's hard. Republicans feel much more strongly about the kind of response we have to terrorism. And I think Republicans, much more than Democrats, believe that we have to be on offense against terrorism. And therefore, they see Israel as an ally in having a similar view to the view that we have to be on offense. And I think Democrats fall into a position similar to the position they had before 2001, which is you've got to and you should be negotiating with terrorism, that there are underlying causes of it that can be dealt with, that can be softened, that can be negotiated with. It reminds me, to some extent, of the great debate we used to have over crime, which I was very involved in, where Democrats much more often looked to the reasons why someone was a criminal and wanted to solve those reasons, whereas the Republicans more looked toward the idea you got to be held responsible for the acts that you commit. So I think there's a not every Democrat, not every Republican, but I think that explains why there's such a big difference between the reaction of Republicans, largely supportive of what Israel has done, and Democrats, where you don't even have a majority supporting what Israel has done.